This isn't the Hachi show, Hotch. Though I would watch that. Where am I gonna sit? Huh? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are doing well. Today I thought I just would sort of get kind of comfy and film a bit of a chatty video. Comfy in my home is usually covered in dogs. Oaks is outside. It's you're a bit hot? Why are you so hot? It's cold out. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys a bit today. I have my book just because I wrote down a couple things I just didn't want to forget to mention. But yeah, I guess let's get into it. Are you gonna get comfy? I know this is not girly being comfy. So I haven't really prepared for this video. I just wanted to talk about a couple things that were on my mind, and I felt as though it was important to do this video because I feel like my channel is losing a bit of its identity, and I mean that in the sense that I feel like I am not as present as I'd like to be. I feel like I'll touch on this a lot in this video, but I feel like I am becoming very curated, and it's sad because that's not ever how I used to be. And I felt like this past year obviously was a huge changing point in my life, and we're going to talk about the last year, but I feel like really things sort of just changed a whole lot this year. I guess let's rewind a bit and let's talk about the last year. I feel like in order to talk about the last year I have to address my engagement and it ending, because it really played a huge, like, it was not just, you know, a simple like boyfriend girlfriend relationship. Like, it was a really large part of my life, and it changed so quickly and drastically, and that's the thing when you watch YouTubers, when you watch influencers and things like that, you're watching their lives. Like, these are real people. I mean, everyone, all these celebrities and stuff, they're all real people. I never really thought that I was going to go through something like this publicly. I didn't think I was going to go through this at all. So it's not like I thought, okay, well, my engagement probably won't work out, so I should be prepared to deal with that on social media. Like, it wasn't like that at all. So when I had to, and I say that because, like, I can't just continue this YouTube relationship with you guys and not tell you what's going on, because that's how I lose my personality. That's how I lose my integrity, and that's how I lose the connection with you guys, because my channel, I always wanted to be a reflection of myself, and when I'm not bringing anything that's personal to the table, it becomes a curated kind of feed. So yeah, I was not prepped to go through that in front of you guys. In fact, I didn't want to. There was a really long time there where I was like, it's my business, I'm not going to tell anybody. And it was because I knew like 98% of people were going to be supportive and understand, but I also knew that oh gosh, she's so cute. I also knew that there was a small percentage that would you know, be horrible, and for some reason they're always the loudest. You know, it's such a small number of people, but God, are they loud. So yeah, I was like, I didn't want to go through it on the internet, but then, you know, I thought about it and I was like, well, I'm gonna keep having to hear these questions about it for a long time, so if I don't address it, then I'm gonna be hearing about it all the time, and I don't want to be. So I made the decision to address it, and I did that in a video answering your assumptions about me, I think. And I addressed it very, very quickly. I just let you know that yes, the engagement did end. A lot of you are not dumb and you kind of caught on to a little bit of a change in my life. But I want to do a video taking you guys through my past relationships. I was really inspired to do a video like this by a podcast that I was watching. But it was such a great podcast, and I really felt like I really connected to the girls. And where are you going? I knew you couldn't stay away. I knew. I want to go sort of into depth into my relationships, because listening to that podcast really sort of helped me. And I'd like to do that for you guys. So that's something that I'm going to film probably next week. But so I'm not going to go too into depth into that relationship or anything like that. Especially not in this video, because it's not necessarily what this video is about. So I ended up calling off the engagement. That was like the end of December. It wasn't just like a one moment kind of thing. There had been like just some problems for like a month or so prior to that, so it wasn't just like a scary thing that just like happened. But so calling off my engagement, yeah, that was huge, and I had to go through that publicly. I did read a couple really horrible things, and that was tough. Like, I in no way was like prepared for it. It just sucked. I can't put it in any other way, but it sucked. It sucked to go through it like on my own, but it really sucked to go through it in front of thousands of people. I was really embarrassed for a long time. I know looking back, I had no reason to be embarrassed, but gosh, I was embarrassed. I feel like I let myself down, and I mean, that's not the way it was really, but you just, in the moment, you feel a certain way. So that was a huge thing. Like, I had said yes to the rest of my life with someone, and so it wasn't just like your typical breakup. It was a long process. And I sit here, and we're like November basically, and I sit here like a completely different person. And you know, my best friend saw me at my lowest. It was like, I really went through the motions of it, dealing with it, grieving with it, and there was a point where I genuinely was like depressed. This was like a whole new feeling. It was like, I would sit here and be okay talking to you just like this, but I would feel like I wanted to die, but I would still get up and do the things I had to do during the day. It was just really hard, and I didn't have the proper coping mechanisms to deal with a change this large in my life. So I ended up going to therapy. Therapy helped so much. Pretty much how I found a therapist was my dad's girlfriend. She was working at a clinic that was like decently close to my house. So I had her ask the doctors that were there if they could recommend like a good therapist for someone like young like me, kind of. So they ended up giving her a list of, I think it was 3 names. I ended up calling 2 of them, booking appointments with 2 of them. I had my first appointment and it was fine. And then I had my second appointment, and it was just sort of night and day. I really clicked with the second girl. I felt so comfortable with her. So I started to see her, and I started to see her once a week. Sometimes our session, like, especially in the beginning, it just got so dark. Oh my goodness, that was so strange. Sometimes in the beginning, we'd finish our hour session, and then I would be like, oh, I don't know, like, I still have so much to say. So we'd have a 2-hour session. She wasn't the kind of therapist that was like, okay, our time is up. She would sort of like know what, like 10 minutes before the hour was up, and she'd kind of like, all right, let's talk about what we've talked about today. Let's talk about what we want to talk about next time. It was never like our time is up kind of thing, and I really enjoyed that about her. So therapy really helped. It was nice to have this like person that didn't know any of these people that I was talking about. She led me to figure things out on my own. I'd be like, oh my god, is that what I did? And she's like, so I really like that about her. Behind the scenes of me trying to post and stuff, like, I was also trying to grow as a person. Everyone has a day job. Everyone gets up and goes to work when they're going through breakups and things like that, and I just find it so hard to sit here in front of you guys and tell you how to DIY this book when I feel like garbage. Like, I really hate being on camera when I am upset and sad, and I just don't want to do it. So I found it really hard to film, and I felt like I sort of like lost the love of filming because I would do it and it was so forced because I knew I had to do my job. I have, you know, a house to pay for, I have dogs to pay for, and I don't know, like there was a lot of underlying stuff that I wasn't dealing with, that I really had to like kind of talk about and get out with my therapist. I kind of dealt with that through like, I'd say March, April, May, June. I had a really great summer. But yeah, like I started to feel better, and like obviously we're now in November, and sitting here before you guys right now, like I'm 100%. I am thriving, I'm happy. Sort of going back to talking about like my private life and things like that. I think over the last year I really tried to cut you guys out because I was just scared, I would say. And that really caused a problem with my content and with my love and passion of doing all of this stuff. It really caused a problem. I was so used to my job being so personal and being about me and being about my life and my dogs, and then I just stopped. And then I didn't want to do it anymore because it felt forced and not genuine. I even said to myself, I was like, oh, if I get a new boyfriend, like I am never telling anybody about it, because I was so scared of like the scrutiny of, oh, well, she was engaged and now she has a boyfriend, like she never loved, you know. And I was like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, I just thought they would be so wrong. So then, yeah, like I said, my love for it sort of just disappeared, and it was not a great thing. And again, now speaking as me, present day me, I realized that I was wrong. I was wrong in the sense of, that's not the fix to this. Like, cutting my private life out is not the fix. People are gonna have a say no matter what, and they're wrong, and I have to just accept that. And so I decided that no, I don't want to, I'm a private person. There are like plenty of things that you just don't know about me, that if I told you, you'd be shocked. But it's just because I need that. We all need that. We all need that level of privacy. But like, I want to share my life. This is why I created this space. So yeah, I sort of had a chat with myself and was like, no, that's not what we want here. And if there are a shitty couple comments, like, you gotta just get over that, because at the end of the day, like, this is what you want to do with your channel. I felt like maybe my content just wasn't really true to myself. My Instagram content was, but I just did not feel like me on YouTube. A year for me to let go of the past, and I'm really happy with where I am now, and I suppose maybe that's why I'm making this video. I'm also making this video just because I felt like I lost the connection between myself and you guys, and I don't want to. It's really, really, really important to me, and I guess, okay, bye. I guess I don't want to lose that, and I want you guys to know that I am sorry, but that's a part of life. And again, like, you're watching people's lives online, so I feel like it's gonna happen. People are gonna come and go. People aren't gonna be posting for a certain amount of time. People change, people grow, and that's just the way it is. And I think I finally recognize that that's just how it's gotta be. But I do want to apologize for maybe not being myself over the last little while. I did just have a hard year, and it did affect the way I presented myself to you guys. I think that's really all I have to say. I just wanted to sort of give an open apology, and I want you guys to be more part of my life. I feel like even my new subscribers, I feel like, do they even really know me? You know? And I don't want that. I really don't. I want my channel to be a place where you guys feel like you do know me. But I really stepped back over the last year, and although I needed to do that, I am sorry. I think that's all we have to say, isn't it? Bye, guys. I love you. I love you. We're okay. We're okay.